What is going on, all you spies? It's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and welcome to another episode of Reviewed. This is Reviewed number 79, and today I'm going to be reviewing Tangled. So, Tangled. Oh my god, this was a really good movie. I really liked it. It was very beautiful. Just the way that they told the story, kind of like with Beauty and the Beast in a way, but this is a newer one. It was the first introduction of Rapunzel to the princess line. I think it was actually the first 3D animated princess movie. I want to say that's true. It could be wrong about that. It came out in 2010. But I'm pretty sure that's how it is. But it's still a really fun movie. I really liked it. It's a lot of fun characters. You know, it has the original story and everything, you know, Rapunzel, but in a very different twist. So, the basic idea of it is that it's about Rapunzel, of course, you know, the idea that, you know, Flynn Rider, who's the thief, narrates the story, basically, which is a little strange, because it's Rapunzel's story, not her, and it's called Tangled because her hair can become a mess, and it can get tangled in a lot of knots and all that stuff. But it was really good. The story of it was really good. I liked the fact that it told it from his perspective a little bit, and also had a different story. Because I don't really know what the original story was for Rapunzel, but it was really good because it showed like, oh, this daughter was born from the king and queen in a kingdom, and this old lady, because of it, takes her because her hair is magical. And it makes her young and beautiful, that kind of thing, and then she walks around a tower, and then Eugene comes along. That's pretty much it. It's like a journey of her being in her tower for 18 years and coming out. And I love the character models. They're just really good. This is the first Disney movie. I'm pretty sure it's the first 3D computer animated Disney movie they made, featuring a Disney princess, because I'm a big fan of Disney princesses, if you don't know that already, but I'm a big fan of Disney princess. I love Beauty and the Beast, my favorite Disney movie of all time. But just in general, I like the franchise of the Disney princess line. It's really amazing, just the way they are. But yeah, I like the story of it. It was a good story. It had some beautiful storytelling. That's the magic of Disney. They're able to tell some really amazing stories. And this one was really good because it had a lot of it had some singing, but it also, you know, some comedy in it, and also just like the beauty of Disney can do, because Disney it makes some amazing movies, amazing characters, and I feel like they mainly focus on Disney princess characters, but it's still really good. I mean, it's a very different story, but it's still the basic idea. Rapunzel looks like she would in the original story. Oh, I don't really know what she looked like in the original story, besides the blonde hair, the long blonde hair. Although once upon a time they did a terrible job by casting a African American actress to play Rapunzel with black hair. It was just the weirdest thing, because it's like, yeah, I know the different characters, different princesses have, you know, different variations of the story, but it just did not make sense for that to happen, because she's always been viewed as you know, blonde and never black. I'm not trying to be racist here, but I didn't really fit me. That episode in Once Upon a Time where Prince Charming meets Rapunzel for the first time, that just didn't work. But this movie was really good because not only was it a really fun movie, and you know Rapunzel overall is just is a beautiful character. Her personality, the way she's adventurous, her long hair, of course. I love the you know, the art style. And also the really fun little Easter egg at the beginning of Frozen, when I think it's shortly before the coronation in Frozen, you can see a post-blonde hair Rapunzel, and she's with Flynn Rider, and they're going through, or Eugene, whatever his name is, going through the ceremony, and that's a little cameo. But it was really good. Actually, that movie came out 3 years later, so it's not really surprised. But I kind of technically is a little like extendation of Rapunzel in a way, because you know all these characters are getting, you know, they're getting extended storylines. But this one was very good. It had a fun character. Pascal was a very funny character. He was this chameleon who can blend into the environment, and you know, the idea was that Flynn Rider, whose real name is Eugene, he's this common thief who steals stuff, and he's wanted for arrest, and I think the eventual idea of maybe getting arrested and he was sentenced to execution, something like that. I don't know the full story, but it has some comedy. It's like how Disney makes they have their comedic moments. I mean, not the older Disney movies, just the more newer ones, like the ones from the past decade, like from 2010 on. They have more comedic stuff. Although, you know, I think past movies, I don't know when Princess in the Park came out. I think it might have come out in 2011. I can't remember exactly, but this was very, very well done. The story of it was really good. I liked it. It was just overall a beautiful movie. Of course, Disney makes a lot of those. Don't judge me on that, but they do a lot of the company of Disney is very good at telling stories that are very beautiful and have a really good like positive attitude toward things. And this movie was really good because I feel like they captured the character of Rapunzel very well. They knew what they were doing, and they had a little twist because I don't even think Mother Gothel was in the original story. I know there was a print in it, but I don't think it was like flown out or whatever. But it was very different because I like how a lot of characters that Disney is doing adapting for their animated work from original stories. They do a little twist on them, like Cinderella did. Well, actually, I think Cinderella, the sequels were that ones, but this one didn't get a sequel. And also, again, the reason why it's called Tangled in the first place is because Rapunzel's hair gets all tangled up, and it can be that like that, and all she had control over it. But also, the main antagonist, you'd think the main antagonist is the guard or something, but the main antagonist is actually Mother Gothel because she's the one who wants to stay young and beautiful, and she does a fairly good job at it. But she makes Rapunzel stay in her castle. She's not letting let her out. And that's the crazy part about it. But overall, I'd say this was a well-deserved movie. I don't remember exactly what it got like rating wise, but I'd say it's really well done. I love the characters. The voice acting was really good. The animation was just breathtaking. Like wow, they really know what they're doing, and they can make characters look really lifelike. They can make them look really fun to work with, and the animation just makes them look really fun. And Rapunzel's overall a beautiful character. I think all the almost all the Disney princesses are beautiful in their own way. Whether it be the way they look, the way they dress. Well, there was often I think that the way they dress is a little different because for each one. But for Rapunzel, her dress is very short, but it's still like I think it's pink, and her long hair becomes this mane of blonde, which I love. The fact that the way they handled the tower was very good. The fact that they added a little like a hook to put on the hair on to have the person right up was really good, but also showing how the story of Rapunzel can differ from the original source, from the whatever who wrote the original tale to the animated movie, because Disney they've been doing a lot of really fun things with their movies, and they've been having original ideas, whether it be taking it from an original source like an original story like Rapunzel. They can do their own little thing with it, and the way they did it was they showed that Rapunzel wanted nothing more than to get out of her tower and actually explore outside world and see what it's really like to be in the wilderness. And the idea that these lanterns are actually releasing into the air every birthday, like every year they're releasing, because her parents were robbed of her because Mother Gothel, the evil Mother Gothel, took her away, and that's the idea of it. So I did like it. I really liked it. It was really good. Not the best one. I'd say, because I'm not gonna do a review of Frozen probably ever, because I did not. There's reasons why I don't like that movie as much as I did when I first saw it. And I mean, yeah, despite the connections to Frozen and Rapunzel, yeah, the cool Easter egg, that's cool. But Frozen, I'm not really gonna do. The fact that Tangled was a better, movie. The singing was great. I love singing. I'm a big fan of singing, depending on what it is. But this movie, it had it all, but it didn't have too much. It didn't have like Let It Go or any of those really annoying songs. It just had the perfect amount of song, and it was really entertaining. It was really entertaining. I loved the idea of the movie. It was really entertaining. The character designs, the modeling, the animation, the way how fast paced everything is. It's just a really entertaining movie. And Disney's known for that. That's something that Disney really good. Has always been good at. And Tangled was one of those movies that actually this is only the second time I've seen it. because I recently saw it, and it's only the second one I've seen. Second time I've seen it. I've only seen it once before. It was actually back when I saw it in the theater. I'm pretty sure that was when I saw it last. I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong, but actually, I want to feel like this is the third time. I can't remember exactly how many times I've seen it. I want to say I've only seen it at least twice before. I could be wrong about that, but either way, it's a very well done movie. I love the voice acting. I think Zachary Levi did the voice of Flynn Rider, aka Eugene, whatever his last name is, and then Mandy Moore did the voice of Rapunzel. And actually, that character is coming back for Wreck-It Ralph 2, which is really cool. Like all the princesses. I know I'm kind of ranting all about in this, not really kind of going off topic for the review, but it has to do with Rapunzel because Rapunzel is making a comeback. Hope I don't even know how they'll do it, how they'll if they're gonna keep the 2D animations separate with the 3D animations, or they're gonna keep all 3D animations, like kind of like they do with Sophia the First. But she's coming back. Maybe she'll look the same. I don't know, but it's really good. And actually, they have a follow up to this movie. They have a Tangled Ever After, which is basically the wedding ceremony of Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, or Eugene in this case. I can't remember his last name, so I can't pronounce it very well. But that's the idea of it. And I think the Maximus basically goes after the ring and gets it back, and it's crazy. But I like the personality of Rapunzel. She's very free. She's very free will. At least when she's not in her tower, she gets to do whatever she wants. She gets to make all these amazing things. She's a very good artist. I wouldn't say that she's my favorite princess, but I think she's my favorite Disney character of the 2010s, and it's my favorite 3D animated character. I guess I don't know. There's a lot of them out there that I like, but this one was really good. The voice acting is beyond amazing. It just shows, because a lot of what they do with the Disney movies is they have they have two voice acting. They have to have a character, you have the regular speaking voice, and then you have the voice, the singing voice. Now I don't know if this is the same thing for Tangled, but it's definitely been out for other Disney movies. In this movie, I don't even know if it had it, but I do know that it was very good. The a little comedy in there, but honestly, it was a very brilliant idea to have of developing a character to a animated feature. And because Disney is always good with their work, but it's always like if they know what they're doing, if they know how to do the best way to translate a Disney character to the animated feature. You never know. Like, you don't know what they're gonna do, and they can mess it up completely. But they did a really good job. They ended up making her backstory very different from the original tale. I don't know, never read their tale before, but I imagine it's probably different in the fact that that they saved her by doing cuts of her hair, makes it brown. But actually, she gives a backstory about how if once it cuts off, it turns like part of her hair will turn brown, and then she'll lose her magical abilities. And of course, the reason why it's glowing in the first place is because Mother Gothel used a flower to make her young and beautiful. That's the idea of the story. And of course, every you ever know that the villain of the story is always like the one that you know is going to be the good person. Of course, everyone knows at the start that Mother Gothel is evil, but basically that's the idea of it. And also, some of the scenes were just beautiful, I mean, I say that a lot for movies, but it's true. It never really loses meaning. The idea of watching movies, especially from Disney, or any other movie that just have those visuals, those amazing visuals. It's true about a lot of movies. And it's not gonna stop. That's the amazing part about it, is that beautiful movies just aren't gonna stop. That they're a thing now. Filmmakers have this genius idea of making amazing movies, and this is one of them. This is a very, very, very good movie, and I love the Rapunzel's a character. She's a beautiful princess with beautiful hair, beautiful eyes. I mean, overall, she's a good character. The way they're modeled, the way they're animated, they're designed, and especially when the scene. I feel like it was comedic the way they handled the hair, because actually I think that these less hair threads in this movie than they did with Frozen for Elsa's hair. For Elsa's hair they use way more strands of hair than Tangled with Rapunzel, but the way they handled the hair was really kind of funny in a way, because it felt like the hair was its own thing, like it had a mind of its own. I felt like Rapunzel had control of her own hair, like she could use her hair to kind of like with Doctor Who, classic Doctor Who with the Fourth Doctor scarf. Like he used it like as a weapon, or like a rope or something. She kind of be able to use her hair as a rope, which is really cool. but also when it gets really clunky and it's like all over the mess. That's why it's called Tangled again, because it's the whole, it gets tangled and everything. Um, Her hair can get a lot, like, it can literally get tangled up in a knot. It can get crazy. And that's why there's a moment in the movie where it gets so tangled that they need to, like, wrap it up and have these little girls, you know, braid it and put flowers in it, which is, my goodness, that's just beautiful. It's really beautiful. I mean, I really like that. I love the part about that was the boat scene where they see the lanterns. That was just an amazing scene. It really was. It was truly breathtaking to see that. And you know, I feel like also one of my other favorite scenes. Well, not really my favorite scene, but a really good scene at that. I guess it could be my favorite. I don't know. There's a lot of good things about this movie, but the one thing I liked a lot about this movie was the little duet that Eugene and Rapunzel sing together on the boat when they're basically looking at when the little lanterns are going out for Rapunzel's birthday. They're singing a duet together, and they sound amazing. They really do. Two characters that I love the most, that so far I've paid the most attention to, have been Belle and Rapunzel. Belle, my favorite character, because she's a gorgeous character. She's just beautiful. But Rapunzel is beautiful. I feel like every Disney character is beautiful in their own way, but Rapunzel brings out that amazing the quality of magic. You know, because Disney's known for their magical movies, and the idea of having a very different story to Disney, having, like, you know, hair that's actually magical. That was maybe not in the original movie. I don't know, but or sorry, the original book, the original storybook. But still, you know, Maddie Moore has come back for Wreck-It Ralph 2, voicing her character again, which is incredible. It's really going to be awesome. But overall, I'd say this was a very good movie. The backstory of Rapunzel, where the parents, you know, wait for their princess to come back, that was just amazing. And the fact that Eugene narrates it was just weird. But overall, I'd say it was a very, very well done movie. It's very enjoyable. I loved it. I loved it a lot. It was great. A lot of, you know, fun little scenes. Some of the song lyrics are really fun. But overall, you never know what's really going to happen. And the fact that, you know, it can be kind of thrilling because of the, you know, everyone chasing Eugene, but also, you know, Maximus was a really fun character. A lot of the characters were just, you know, enjoyable. They had their own little sense of humor, and I like that. But also, using 3D characters in any movie like this, it works really well. I mean, I do like the days when he's, you know, animation by hand. It's good, but at the same time, because we live in a new decade, the technology they can use to make 3D characters, it works so much better. You can tell a much you know, different story. You have more to work with. You have, like, open world kind of almost. It's a great movie. I really recommend it. Tangled came out in 2010. It's really good. I really recommend it. And also the you know, when Rapunzel is told, you know, you can't ever leave at your tower, or you can't go because people, you know, because people are terrible. And then she uses a fry pan to knock out Flynn Rider. That was really funny. You know, she uses a fry pan most of the movie. That's their other weapon. It was really cute, but also I feel like that's her weapon. Really, is the pan. I don't know. It's a really cool concept. Really cool concept. I like that concept. You know, not just because Rapunzel is a beautiful character in her own way, because I mean, you don't even need a flower to make Rapunzel's already a cute, beautiful character. Her eyes, you know, her hair. I can gush off Princess all I want. I have not an obsession, but I find them amazing. I just like them a lot. So anyway, I think that's all I can say for Tangled, the Rapunzel movie, basically. Or they could have called it Rapunzel, but, you know, Disney's like, oh, we should do something clever. Kind of like with Frozen, they did something clever. So, yeah, sure. Or, you know, whatever. Although, I'm kind of confused why they're doing it now, why they're suddenly calling movies, they're just kind of, like, messing around with giving them a better name, because other movies in the past have been, like, the actual tale, and now Disney, what they're doing is that with every new princess idea, they're just, you know, they're basically going into everything they had originally. They're like, oh, we call these other ones their original tale, but we call the new ones something really fun, like put a twist on it, like a spin. Tangled, the hair Tangled. Frozen, it's Frozen. It's Frozen Wasteland kind of thing. But still, there's not a whole lot of movies out there from Disney that do this, but I really enjoyed it. And that's really all I can say for Tangled. It's really good. does connect to Frozen a little bit because of that Frozen Easter egg, but really it's not. I feel like it's in the same universe. Definitely, I definitely think that it really does fit. It does fit. But anyway, I'd give this a perfect score, 100%, 10 out of 10, because it's a great movie. Some of the scenes were just, they're comedic in their own way. They can be a little dark. I feel like it could have gotten a sequel of some sort, but it's still really enjoyable. I really liked it. It's some of the songs are really fun. Pascal's a great character. He's about the chameleon. The idea of a chameleon as a companion. That was really good. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. It really, really is appreciated. And also subscribe for more reviews like this one. You click here to go to last week's episode where I reviewed iRobot, and you can click right here to go to the previous episode where I reviewed the BFG from Disney, also from Disney, which I really enjoyed that one. That was really funny. But yeah, so yeah. Also, if you're wanting to see me do gameplay videos, please check out Ultimate Gaming. I only post about once a week there, but that's simply what I do right now. And I'll be back next time for another episode. Alright? See ya.